Hola amores, and welcome back to the channel. And to those who don't know me, I am Maritza, currently a graduate master's student in psychology. And today we are going to talk about the toxic dating advice that currently is actually keeping men single. And the last video we did was on the toxic advice that is keeping ladies single. So if you didn't watch it, I recommend you to go back and see it. Okay, let's get into it right now. Before we begin, I will tell you a saying in Spanish that goes like this: a palabras necias, oídos sordos. And it means, to the foolish words, I use my deaf ears. All right? And my loves, what does that mean? That just means that to dumb advice, we shouldn't even open our heart to it, okay? Let's not even pay attention to dumb advice. So, my friends, it's no secret that if you go on YouTube or TikTok right now or any of those applications and you search for dating advice for men, you're going to be flooded with tips on how to be the alpha male, how to level up your income, and how to use your game to get what you want. However, here's the irony. Despite the millions of views on all these videos, men today and society in general is lonelier than ever. And as a student of psychology, I have started to notice that a lot of the most popular advice is not just being unhelpful, it's actually a psychological barrier to intimacy. So my loves, the first toxic advice that I hear all the time is the wait until you're rich fallacy. And we hear this constantly. Go focus on your grind. Go get the six-pack. Go get the six-figure salary and go buy the Porsche and the nice cars that for sure the ladies will come right flying. And though the mindset of self-improvement is great, yes it is, what is this doing? This is creating a transactional mindset. And my friends, if you continue to wait until you're perfect to date, maybe you will either never make it to the point where you want to be, or who knows, maybe life will throw you a curveball in the middle of your destiny, or you might miss out on the vital psychological development years that happen through our life when we find our loves, or when we struggle, or when we're happy looking for it, okay? And then maybe when the time comes and the finally moment does arrive at a certain time in your life, maybe when you have a lot of money, I hope you do, but maybe you're going to have zero relationship experience. And often what? You will attract a very interested person who's only going to be interested in your resources and definitely not your soul. Plus, at that point, you will have built a lot of muscles in your body, but how about the muscles that you didn't build? The emotional muscles, and those are the ones needed to actually keep a relationship. Because real intimacy is built on being seen for who you are and not for what you own. The next dumb, toxic advice that I have heard is the never show vulnerability trap, all right? Or the words that go like this: if you show emotion, she will lose respect for you. My loves, and that is just pure nonsense. This to me is perhaps the most damaging bro science out there, because the idea that if you show doubt, fear, or maybe sadness, a lady's gonna leave you because she's gonna think you're weak. No way. In psychology, we know that vulnerability is the glue of intimacy. And according to researchers like Brené Brown, you cannot have a true connection without it. All right? If you never show your true self, you're essentially asking a lady to fall in love with a guy that has a mask. And one day, eventually, you will take off that mask or it will slip away. And by then, you would have been hiding your true emotions so much that you would end up creating a very shallow, performative relationship that will leave you feeling even more alone than when you were actually single. Toxic, ridiculous advice number 3 giving to men is the red flag hypervigilance, or run at the first sign of a red flag. My loves, that is completely nonsense. That's like waiting only for fiction and perfection, and neither one really does exist in real life. Modern dating advice has turned men into detectives. You're told to watch for every minor red flag, or if she likes a certain photo, or if maybe she has a male friend, or if she takes too long to text you back, or if she does this, or if she does that. All this does is what? This creates an avoidant attachment style. And yes, boundaries are very important. Red flags are hunting because they're often a defense mechanism to avoid the risk of being hurt. But red flags all the time in our minds will prevent us what? From seeing people as complex and flawed humans and individuals. It's like if maybe you were looking for a reason to leave them all the time. Okay? Well, easy, because you will always find one. Healthy relationships are not about finding someone with zero red flags. They are about finding someone whose flaws and whose small red flags you can actually navigate through healthy communication. And the last terrible, toxic, bad advice given to men is treat the relationship like a game mindset, or like use tactics to stay in control. My friends, a lot of advice focuses on the chase. Things like what? Like the push and pull, or the intentionally go and wait certain hours to reply to a text message or to call back 3-4 days. My loves, here's a psychological truth. These tactics work on people with insecure attachment styles because you might get a win in the short run, right? In the short term. But you're specifically selecting for partners who are attracted to what? To toxicity. And the truth is that high value, emotional secure ladies, women can smell the game from a mile away. And they will find it exhausting, believe it or not. If you use tactics to get a lady, to get women, you have to keep using them to keep the lady also with you. And that's just a house of cards that eventually always collapses. The best dating advice is not about tactics. It's about what? It's about self-regulation and authenticity. If you want a real relationship, you have to be willing to be a real person, to stop trying to win a partner and to start trying to connect with a partner, okay? You will find that when you finally drop the script and the game and begin to what? To be real, eventually the right people actually start showing up. And with this, we have reached the end of today's video, but I invite all of you to connect with me through Instagram. Go out and check out my other music relaxing channel here on YouTube, and go and see the channel's membership just in case you may find it useful. Once again, I am Maritza, and know that I will try my best to continue always keep bringing you ways on how to create a better bond with yourself and a more meaningful relationship with all those around you. Mwah. Till next time. Ciao, ciao, my loves. Ciao, ciao, my amores.